What's going on out there? Mississippi? World? We've got the SBDC Mississippi, University of Mississippi, Rebels. I'm a Bulldogs man, and I didn't much care about Ole Miss. I hate to say, but the way I've been kind of mistreated, I dig the Rebels, and I like that, the Rebels. Client and counselors, business toolkits. This is something I'm going to work with you as a commitment to 2020. Try to do things better and nonviolent. We're trying to work together. We don't want to get too crazy. So, I'll be your instructor today, Terry Tyler. And a bit about myself, like I said, is not really important. Go in the videos and check that out. But don't do that. If you do, you're going to have a hard time. So stick with me. I'm going to go over this basic outline here. There's 10 steps here, pretty much, to your basic tool packet. Now, this stuff comes from pretty much Ole Miss. And we're going to go the first one, starting a business. What must be done? What must be done? All right. 2, business plan, your template. And by the way, I do entrepreneurial coaching and counseling. I'm not going to question these things, but if you want to know my experience, I've been down a lot of these roads before, so I can kind of coach you through it. If not, you're going to have to learn the ropes yourself. Step 3, statement of financial need. So I guess sources and uses of funds. Probably some kind of a spreadsheet or something like that. Number 4 is going to be your income statement worksheet. I hate to tell you, people, a lot of these places, they're just not buying ideas. I mean, if you go there, you got a rad business plan, unless you got a good credit score. You can kind of forget about getting those loans and getting all that stuff, or unless you know people that have money, or unless you're savvy. It's different for every business person or entrepreneur. Okay. Number 5, that's going to be your financial projection questionnaire. You're going to want to have maybe a slide deck. Prepare you a slide deck. I'm not going to teach you about PowerPoint. Like I said, you can hire me. Like I said, comment below. But you're going to want to develop an idea of how you're going to make your business grow. But another thing, this is between me and you. You and the Tyler, if I may say. Watch your security today more than ever. More than ever, because there's a lot of cutthroats out there, man. I mean, they'll kill you and drink your blood. I mean, for real. So number 6, business loan application procedures. If you're going to go get a loan, I recommend you do some searching on the internet about, what goes into it, and go to the bank. Go and ask them what kind of loans they've got. There's all kinds of banks popping up around here. There's some internet banks, so but you'd better, my advice to you, like I said, I'm not trying to give you all my pearls. You click subscribe, you're going to want to get a little skin, a little traction in your mind before you go out there with dry feet. Because when you go out there and get your feet wet, you might get in over your head. I did. I mean, it took me years to get my head on straight. And I've seen some that you wouldn't think, they get burned out there all the time, man. I see some people get burned, boy. 7, schedule of collateral. If you've got any collateral to put up, your house, your car, your trailer, your boat, things of that nature. You want to have you some collateral. 8 is going to be your personal financial statement. They're going to want your last 60 days, some cases maybe 90 days. You got to have a bank account. They don't want bums. They don't want bums. I told you a million times. They don't want bums. So, I mean, if you're going to come up there looking like this, not that there's anything wrong with that, you're probably not going to do very well. You've got to get your portfolio, get you a nice portfolio, get you a suit or something. And it takes a lot of work. So make sure you've got a bank account and print out that 90 days. They want to show that you're afloat. And if you're in the red and if you're broke, and a lot of guys and ladies, some of them might say they don't even have a bank account. And so 9, frequently asked questions from MSBDC.com. MSBDC. Hold on a second. I got a good idea. Always keep a pen with you. Always keep a pen with you. But be careful. Like I said, I'll go into some things. You want to make sure, Again, that's MSBDC.com. And we're down to the last one. Number 10. Client counseling forms. Impact data. Verification. SBA 641 and initial counseling evaluation. Now, I may have vomited a bunch of jargon at you, but that's your job, cunts. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to get you squared away. You can get counselors. I had a good counselor, Michael Harris. Good guy. He's a hard guy. I mean, I'm not going to go as far to say as he's a soul crusher, but sometimes soul crushers are good. He taught me a lot, and you'll get to be connected with a lot of these. He taught me, pick one thing, beat it to death. And, I'm not talking about a human or an animal or a child or a mentor, but you want to pick one task. And, he was one of the first ones to kind of call me to the point that maybe I was, moving in too many directions. And, as a young guy, I really resented somebody, saying that, but I work with them, and they call about once a month, and they'll square you away. So don't forget to do that. They're transforming Mississippi at one small business at a time. And you can check out olemiss.edu. So, if you're still here, I'm going to try to roll with you for about, say, 30 minutes. Starting a business. What must be done? Well, I'm not going to tell you everything, but you should probably listen to some of these tips. Michael Gerber, the author of E-Myth Revisited, points out that you can be a great plumber, but a terrible plumbing company owner, because owning and running a business is an entirely different skill. We want to make our mistakes in the planning phase, not in the execution. All right. So pretty much what we're getting at here is you got to have business acumen. You got to know the lingo. If you go up there and you don't know what you're talking about, you're going to have a hard time. So you got to understand, my interpretation of this is, you know, say you got a good skill, like, for example, you're getting your tools up, you know, you want to be a plumber, you got to get your wrench. But first, you got to know what are the tools a plumber needs, and that usually was hard. Education costs time and money, and like I said, I've wrote a book about this. It's called Facing the Storm: Unlimited Motivation. You can buy it on Amazon. I've wrote pretty much an equation, a simple equation that goes into that. I'm not going to reveal it on here. You got to look for it. That's part of it. But yeah, you got to learn the tools. If you got the best skill set in the world and you don't have a good skill of how to talk to people, I know a lot of people that got really great skills. Word of mouth is good. Word of mouth is good. But you kind of always want to be stepping up on your business game, you know, trying to get a little sharper. And I always say try to be a good person. Because I'm telling you right now, the climate is so harsh and time is short. It doesn't have to be that way. So, okay, let's move forward. Mr. Jim Collins suggests in his book, Good to Great, that getting rid of bad ideas is very easy. It's getting rid of good ideas to make room for a great one that's so important in your success. The following order is a suggested and reasoned one developed over the past score plus, which reflects much experience. Steps may be done simultaneously, but there is a reason for the suggested order. Discuss deviations with your mentors, advisors, and or a good business counselor. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how many steps there are, because this looks kind of extensive. We may not be able to get to all of them tonight. I mean, we can if you want. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, there's 18 steps here. So that's going to be pretty rigorous. I tell you what we'll do. We'll take a short break and see what we get as far as feedback. I'm going to try to give you more quality things moving into here. But watch out. Like I said, I don't have a lot of my equipment. I'm down on my luck. Every once in a while, I produce a wicked project. So just be prepared for it. Take it easy.